What's up, everybody? Early Morning Crow here. Just woke up a few minutes ago, and we've got a brand new trailer for the new hunting reserve in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Scotland is coming to the game, and it looks really cool. So before we dive into the trailer and kind of break it down, let's take a look at the trailer first in its full entirety, and then we will break it down bit by bit, talking about each little detail of it.
For ages, people have been drawn here. Through miry forests, along frigid loch waters, and over windswept highland trails. It's a place enshrouded in legend. But even now, some legends remain hidden, just waiting for you to tell them. Welcome to Scotland. Welcome to Tornashien.
So that is an absolutely beautiful looking reserve just off of this first look in this trailer. I am quite excited for this. Now, there is something that people are going to maybe be a little disappointed with, and we'll talk about that after we break down the trailer. There is a whole lot of information on the website for the Hunter Call of the Wild, as well as Steam and Discord, so we're going to read through all of that stuff, but let's take a look at this trailer again and break it down. So the trailer starts with a nice flyover, and then after the flyover, we get another flyover that looks really cool. I don't know what these rock formations are called. Let's pause it here, though, and just take a look at them, because this is such a cool look. I do feel like I recognize these from somewhere, but for the life of me, I cannot figure out where I've seen them. But this definitely looks very familiar. Let's unpause it and continue on. This is a gorgeous looking castle. We'll pause again here. Look at the detail they put into this map right here. I mean, that's really not anything new. EW always puts in a ton of detail into any map that they put out. So it's not surprising that we've got a super detailed castle on a Scotland map. Continuing on, and let's see what else we can see in this trailer. I mean, that's pretty insanely detailed as well. Is that a tree literally growing out of a rock? I mean, that is, I believe, a first for Call of the Wild. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in the game. Regardless of whether or not you guys are excited for this particular location or the species list or anything like that, this is pretty freaking cool right here. This is pretty awesome. Just the detail in the reserve itself is beautiful. Let's continue on and see what else we can spot in the trailer. A nice flyover over top of the water. We've got a feral goat walking through the mountainous rolling hills. We've got a distant view of a castle, and there's the close-up of it. Let's pause there. That is beautiful. I love the vines kind of growing up the side of it. Really, really nice, man. This is a really detailed and beautiful look at the castle. Let's see what else this trailer has to offer, and we're again going to be pausing it because that right there, that looks like, I believe, a mink. And the reason I think that is a mink is because Vivi actually said that mink are one of the species in the original post in Discord with this trailer in it, which that's pretty cool. You know, I never thought we'd honestly get mink in the game because of the fact that you really don't hear too many people talk about hunting them. But mink were like a major problem around the area that I grew up. We had mink constantly trying to kill all of our chickens and, you know, just in general wreaking havoc and terrorizing them. And the crazy thing about the minks is they'd always kill the chickens, but they'd never actually eat them. They'd just kill them for sport and then leave. It was crazy. So they were a big problem. So we've shot our fair bit of minks growing up. And you can almost guarantee there's going to be a video on the channel where we just go absolutely buck wild on these little guys. Continuing on in the trailer, and we've got a look at a red deer in a beautiful forest. We've got a really cool cliffside that we're going to take a closer look at real quick. That is really pretty. Like I was saying, I'm a huge fan of the detail of this map. I think that's going to be its biggest strength, is how pretty it is. This reminds me very much of like a New England Mountains type reserve in terms of the fact that it's more focused on the actual beauty of the location and not as much on the actual like list of new species, because as you guys will as we'll talk about a little bit more later in this video, there is only 5 brand new species, so it's not a lot of new species, which, you know, is why this kind of reminds me of the New England Reserve release, because there wasn't really any new species with that reserve, and there was also just a gorgeous map that came with it. So that's kind of similar to this, except on a much more, I guess, amazing scale. Because from what we've seen in this trailer, I got a feeling I'm going to like this map a whole lot more than New England. But it does remind me of that release in the fact that it's limited new species, but a really pretty map. Let's continue on and see what else we can see. That is the inside of a cave. That's quite cool. Really nice looking cave. And that is probably an outpost. And obviously that's the castle again, which we have already seen. And if we pause there, is that some red deer? Might be some red deer, can't tell. I am watching this trailer at like its normal size on my monitor, so I guess when we zoom in editing, we'll figure out if that's red deer or what. But either way, this is a beautiful reserve, and I am so excited to play it. And even though you don't see it on screen right here, we do have a release date, because they put a release date as well as a ton of new information on their website. So let's take a look at that right now. And there it is right here. On the Hunter Call of the Wild's official website, latest news, Scotland Reserve arriving December 9th. That is pretty close, man. Like, that is not far away at all. We are less than a month away from a new map in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Let's check it out. So at the top of the website, we've got a beautiful, beautiful look at one of the remastered red deer, as well as a nice look at the Scotland map itself. I am very excited for the species reworks, and we're going to read about those a little bit as we go down here. Let's see what they say about the map. So the first notable thing, pre-orders are available right now for Microsoft Store for Xbox and PC, as well as being able to wishlist on Steam. And it doesn't mention anything about PlayStation, so I assume you can't do anything on there yet. It also says you don't have to wait long. The new DLC arrives in winter 2025 for $11.99, so same price as the last big reserve we got, which was a Ski Ridge. Let's actually zoom in a little bit more so that we can see things a bit better. And let's start reading. Stalk through old castles and whispering stones amongst vast landscapes from the towering Highland Mountains to the Celtic woodlands. You won't be stalking alone, or you won't be walking alone. 17 other species call this misty place home. So there is 17 species, but only 5 of them are brand new, which is a little bit unfortunate. I would have liked more new species, but it is what it is. It says among them, mustelids are featured for the first time, including the European badger and American mink. They are elusive creatures, so be vigilant. The red deer are returning, and as a symbol of leadership and renewal in Scottish folklore, it's only natural they'll be getting a remaster with new and improved models. The feral goat will also return, along with many more. Breathe in the mythical atmosphere through a unique storytelling that brings you into a vast history of Scottish hunting traditions and folklore. Hunt between the ruins and fishing villages through highlands and lowlands. The early autumn mists beckon. And then it says when you pick up Scotland, you get the Benahag 12 gauge, a new semi-automatic 12 gauge shotgun with a tubular magazine. The new shotty is versatile with birdshot, buckshot, and slugs, so it's great for hunting all sorts of game. That is so amazing to hear. Oh my gosh, we're getting a semi-automatic 12 gauge shotgun for the first time ever. Let's go, man. This is the shotgun I have been requesting for literally like 5+ years. This is so nice that we're finally getting a 12 gauge semi-automatic. I am so excited for that. And then the last things it mentions are some bangers. 3 animal remasters, which we have seen those in the previous trailers they've released. A new great one. So we are getting another new great one already, even though it hasn't even been that long since the wolf was released. We are also getting the Trophy Lodge filtering and improvements, which we have done a video detailing that as well. So I'm excited for that. That's going to be really awesome. We have 16 new trophy plaques and 40 new trophy platforms. That is so huge. Lodge customization and stuff is going to be such a huge update to the game. And to think we're getting all of that, plus a map, plus a new great one, plus remastered animals all in one update is insane. This is going to be a banger of an update, just like the last one. Now, if we go to the official Steam page, we actually have some more pictures to take a look at, and there are some beautiful ones. This is the first one that they have on there. A nice little view of the castle with the red deer in the background and the rolling hills in the background as well. That one is looking very pretty. Let's take a look at the next one. That right there is a badger. That is super awesome. We've got badgers coming to Call of the Wild. So not only do we have the mink, but we've also got the badger. What else is going to be new on this brand new reserve? Let's see if they show any more in the rest of these. That is a gorgeous outpost. Like, the detail in these outposts is insane. This might be the most like objects and detail we've had at one singular outpost in a while. I mean, like, obviously the Ski Ridge like main lodge or main outpost is quite nice and detailed, but this one has so much stuff around it. I really do like the look of these different buildings on this new map. They look quite good. Let's see the next picture. We got a red deer walking through a misty forest. Well, I guess it's not really misty, but I assume it could probably get misty in the game, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then the next one we've got is one of the little minks. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute, and I'm going to shoot so many of them. And also, that is a really detailed river in the background. Holy. That's actually pretty detailed with all the rocks and stuff. I think they did a decent job of making it look like a real river. But let's be honest, I'm more excited about these little guys than I am the water. Oh my gosh, they look good. They look so good. And the next one is another view of the castle. So it seems like this castle is a pretty notable part of this map. We've seen it in this image here, as well as a bunch throughout the trailer. Seems like a pretty notable part of the map. So as far as I can tell, there is no more information about what the other new species are. So for now, this is what we've got: the American mink, as well as the European badger. Those are the two confirmed new species, but there is apparently 3 more, as we have read in this video. I am very interested to see what those other ones are going to be. Super happy we're getting a 12-gauge semi-automatic shotgun. The map itself looks gorgeous, and the reworks are looking really nice for the existing animals that are getting reworked with this update. Leave a comment down below letting me know if you guys are excited for this reserve and what you think is going to be your favorite part of this update. Is it going to be the new great one? Is it going to be the lodge rework and overhaul? Is it going to be the reworks to existing species? Is it going to be the new species, or just the map in general? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the like button before you go. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!